Hello and welcome back to a new episode. I won't call this Project Pinky episode 9 because it's kind of not really. It's a case of unboxing. This, as you can see, is a side panel for the right hand side of the bike. It has had some repair work done here, and the sticker was there. I don't know why it's gone because I didn't do that. It's delaminating across the top of here. You can peel it off if you want to. It's losing its shine. That's all peeling off as well, and it's just horrible. And you know, it's faded there as well. So I might be able to use some of these bits to use as a donor, maybe. I mean, some of these lugs here, maybe just carefully cut that away. Possibly that one. Obviously keep the light, I don't want to be throwing that away. This sponge I need to get remade, just in case. That one, because inside there, can you guess what could be in there? Let's cut it open and have a look. Let's move this one first, out of the way, and put the tripod down. Is that a good look? Yeah, why not? Okay, so here we go. Unboxings are always good fun. Okay, so see what this one's like. It's always exciting when I get a new thing for Pinky. It's not often I get a new gift for Pinky. Oh, it's nicely wrapped. Oh, there's all this bubble wrap there. Wow. So to the person who sold this to me on online auction, thank you very much for wrapping it really well. This bubble wrap will come in useful for me when I sell anything. Oh wow, that is much better. It's not perfect, but it's much better. Oh, that is good. That just needs polishing and just a little bit of a tidy. It's got the lug at the top there, look. So you've got that in your shot. It's got that lug. It's got the central lug. It's got the rear lug as well. The only thing it is missing is the bracket at the here. I don't know if you can see that. There? Yeah. That one. There is originally supposed to be a bracket that comes across this way and it bolts onto the tail. But when you've got everything bolted together, you don't really see it because you have the lug at the back, and you have that screw, the screw here as well, and then you've got the tail, the cowling on the back end as well, and everything tends to hold itself together, as well as these here for the luggage. So let's put these two next to each other and see the vast difference. Now, please, I don't know if this shows up in the video as being quite so good, but if it does, please make a comment in the section below, because to me that's just fantastic. Oh, got to get the other side for that. Wow, I'm so happy with that. That's brilliant. All I've got to do is put the indicator in and give it a clean. It just needs a wash. But that is fantastic. I'll just stand them up slightly so you can see the edges. So you've got the back of that one there, that's all cracked here. And that one has basically gone in the same place. You can see that there. There must be a way of doing some kind of repair work, but if it's hidden, it's hidden, and it's not really going to cause any issues. Anyway, on to the next section, the next part of the video. Hey! Second part of today's video, removal of the leather on this seat. Now, you probably saw the previous video. If you didn't, flick through my channel and have a look. First thing I'm going to do is cut down the stitching through here. It doesn't have to be nice, it doesn't have to be pretty. It's not going to be nice or pretty, either way really. So just lift that off of there. Pretty messy. I'm doing it on this old rug because it's just easier to keep it all together, I suppose. And if I can try and keep this material all together, it's going to be easier for me to find a piece of material to replace it. It might be glued somewhere along here, I'm not sure. Actually, I think this front panel is a completely separate piece here. So yeah, let's just keep cutting actually, or is it gonna come apart if I pull it? Probably not. My head's in the way, I do apologise. Alright, let's try to cut from this bottom bit under here. Hang on. Am I cut through the material? Probably. Actually, it doesn't feel like leather, it feels like PVC. Nah, let's keep going the other way. I keep changing what I'm doing, don't I? It's not a good idea. Yeah, this material is starting to split quite badly. As I pull it, it's starting to rip. Yeah, there's a hole appearing here. Let's try and get in there. Okay, so the first bit was a bit finicky coming off. It kept on splitting. Trying to cut it, it was cutting both sides of the material. I didn't realise it was stitched twice. And yeah, trying to cut through it. Some of it didn't want to yield. and some of the glue in here is quite tough. So, and yeah, some of it feels very, very, yeah, very sticky, and sometimes a bit brittle, other times just very, very weak. It's very strange, but it's definitely not leather. It's definitely a PVC because it's smooth on the inside. You can see the material, so it's definitely a PVC. It is in sections because I didn't observe it the first time round. This whole top section is one flat piece of material, so I've got to cut all the way around here, but before I do that I'm going to get it off the sponge. So I'll see if this bit's come off already. A screwdriver, try and wedge some of it off and try not to damage the metal underneath, because obviously it is pretty weak, and some of the metal I think doesn't even exist anymore. This is definitely a replacement seat cover because it does not look original, and a lot of it looks like it has been bodgified. Yeah, it's definitely been bodgified. Yeah, because this bit's folded quite badly here, so you're going to get moisture in underneath. Oh my word. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I didn't realise how bad. This is going to be a challenge. Okay, so let's get that's the material. It's pretty bad. Okay, let's put that to the side. That piece to the side. The main bit we're focusing on is this. It's not the cover. Okay, so already that's pretty loose. We need to get it off the fiberglass base. Oh, there we go. Wow. Oh my God. Look at that. Yeah, this needs to be ground back, and a whole new front lip needs to be made. That's crazy. I think that, I'm not even sure exactly how far it's supposed to go. Because you've had a fiberglass front end built on here. So what I might have to do is take this fiberglass with me to go and get the seat repaired. I'll try and do some, well, this is going to have to be repaired, I've got no choice. Wow, what a mess. Yeah, I mean, it just makes me think of Ruby's shell for some reason. Not Ruby's shell, I'm getting confused already as well, same as Pete, Bramble's shell. Yeah, so let's put that there a second and see if we can get the sponge offers the fiberglass, because we may still be able to salvage the sponge, possibly. God. It's glued on pretty well. That bit that's still sticking to the back. God, jeez. I think it is going to take chunks with it, but I need to get this base off. Oh, it's coming. Let's have a look on the other side. Try and get this corner to come off. I don't want to pull it all from one side and have it rip really badly. There we go, it's separate. Wow. Well, it looks like the original sponge. This has a pattern imprinted into it. Oh, quite interesting. So we have the seat base, which reminds me of bramble. Very holy. Holy moly. We have the fiberglass top, or sandwich should I say, which just makes me think of a boat. And we have the sponge, which, as I said, I think is original because it has a stamp there, like an M shaped stamp. But yeah, I don't know if I can get this replaced, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, you've got the imprints here from the rubber grommets that sit in these holes. So if I put that back there, oh no, it's the other holes. Oh no, there's imprints everywhere, look. So there's a hole here, there's an imprint there, bit of gunk and dirt in there, then you've got a hole there and a hole and an imprint there. So that reflects all the way around. So like this one here and an imprint there. It is, as I suspected, it does have the bolts which bolt onto the seat are, I'm not too sure if they're welded into it, but I expect they are, but they'll be replaced with stainless, fingers crossed. But yeah, this whole thing has to be ground back clean. And how I'm going to make up these edges, I mean, look, it's all gone there, look. But I'm sure I'll be able to do something with it. Have to, if I'm going to get this bike sorted out. I have an idea. Wait for it. Okay, so we have the frame, the seat base, and the frame. Now, to locate the seat, there is two tags at the front here. If you look down that way, there's one there and one there. and this is where the back of the seat bolts. And down here you've got a locating hole here. You put your bolt in there and you bolt it up from underneath, and the same on that side there. So what I'm now going to do is try very difficultly, where I'm holding the camera, to slot it in. Oh, have I got it? Have I got it? Yeah, I do. I've got it. Can you see that? Possibly. Yep, you can see that in there. And at the back here, you can see the bolts trying to locate underneath. Oh, there we go. There's one. No, is it going to go? There we go. That's in. Oh my god. That looks awful. But you can see how bad it is and the amount of work that needs to be done to it. Right, okay, so looking at this, there are a few areas where you can't really gauge the amount of metal that's going to be needed to go on the trim here, so it lines up with the seat, and obviously, you know, doesn't do anything bad to the bike itself. So the only thing I can find which gives me kind of any kind of reference for how much metal is needed is either this bit here. The camera's focusing on the wall. Why is it doing that? There we go, that depth there, or this piece here, but here it gets wider, so it's going to be a case of, I think, go for the wider amount, because if you've got more you can take the metal away, which makes it slightly easier. So a complete lip is going to be needed to be made all the way around the seat base. One thing I did notice is that the seat base is catching on one of the bars underneath where the seat sits. If I remember correctly, yeah, here, this mark here, that's where it's rubbing, because I noticed rust marks on the frame when I took it off. So that needs to be bent in, and I think it has started to go, because there is, I don't know if you can see it, but here there looks like a crease there, and obviously there's a crack here as well. I'll just get in a bit closer. I don't know if you can see that crack. Let's try and zoom in a bit. You can just about make out a crack here. So, and there's a fold, and I can feel it with my fingers actually there. It's raised slightly, which means the weight it was trying to push down. And here, that's bent in. So it's very possible all this is going to need cutting away here and replacing, and obviously making a new hole here. But all this hammerite is going to be ground back. These reference points are very useful, very useful. But yeah, it's going to be interesting doing this, and yeah, it's a learning curve for me. So I don't want to do anything to it at the moment, but I will be taking it soon and get it dealt with. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that little video and the unboxing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next installation.